Good afternoon. Back at the helm. Back at the Roman Barthonians hairdressers. Baath. Baaarf. Good afternoon. I'm a little bit later than I thought I was going to be, and I've been really excited about this. I've been accused this morning of spreading fake history online. I've responded to the gentleman asking him precisely what he means by fake history. He hasn't responded yet. I'm very much into the alternative view of history, and there's plenty out there. What's going on here then? So the fella said to me, when you go in, oh dear, when you go in, close the gate and lock it. So this is currently called Slippery Lane. It used to be called Stool Lane, and before that it was Gropec Lane. And I wish I'd recorded the conversation I had with the hairdresser in the shop. And he said, well, before the gate went up, it was still being used for those purposes. So there we go. Slippery Lane because of all the blood running down. Before it would have been paved. And let's remember, this is just outside the city walls. So I would imagine that before it was a medieval lane, it was Roman. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Celts had a river crossing down here, and that the Romans just utilised that. But here we go. When I go to castles and sites of big battles and what have you, I can hear the battle. And oh dear. Of course, none of that would have been there. But it's been sealed off at the bottom for centuries, for absolutely hundreds of years. I can hardly hear the city now. I can hear a bus going past. There's a bricked up doorway. Another one that would be easy to get into. But you look, these cellars. Oh dear. It still stinks a bit as a toilet. What I'm going to do when we come out of here, I'm going to go the other side of the river. That gate doesn't want to move. Wow. But when it was Stool Lane, all of those poor women that would have been marched down here to the jeers of the crowd, down to the Stool. The vast majority of them totally innocent. I mean, people make fun of it. Quest for the Holy Grail, Monty Python. Incredible witch scene in that. I mean, she basically doesn't stand a chance. If the ducking doesn't drown her, then burn her. You know, the stench is quite. There's a gutter there, look. Coming down. I wonder how old that is. So there's Slippery stroke ducking stool stroke Gropec Lane. Sorry for spreading false history and that. Quite incredible. Burn her! Burn her! That's a broken window there. You wouldn't get that, see that as a tourist. Scary. It is scary. Well, that's it, really. I'm going to get something to eat, mooch about town, see if I can come up with any other ideas, but I think this is enough for today because it's actually mind-blowing. Yeah, I will nip across the other side of the river, see what vistas we can get of that. Okay. If there isn't a bit spliced onto the end of this, I apologise. And thanks for watching. If there is, carry on. Catch you in a bit. The Guildhall seems to have acquired a bikini bottom or top or whatever. But anyway, here we are again. I've decided to go and try and find the other side. So we walk alongside the Guildhall towards Pulteney Bridge, which is a bit like Ponte Vecchio in Florence, I think it is. It's been painted more times than that bridge, apparently, by artists, I should say, not by painter and decorators. It's got loads of shops. The whole idea of not being able to see the river when you walk across it is when the Georgians were building their vast mansion villas and what have you. They didn't have postcodes, but across the river is BA2, this side is BA1, and people are still snobby about it. They think BA1 is a more has more status. So the guy, I can't remember his name, that built all the houses, it might have been Pulteney himself, it's called Great Pulteney Street, decided to have loads of shops on the bridge so you couldn't see the river, so you didn't know you were crossing it. Got some good little shops on it. One that still sells fly fishing stuff. Fly fishing dogs. I've never seen a fly fishing dog. Overpriced coffee shops. Taxis use this as well as buses, don't they? It's a big money spinner for the council here. People making a mistake and driving across the bridge. You can see all the cameras up there on that lamppost in the middle. The ticket will be through your letterbox in a couple of days. We've got a mosaic shop, a stamp and coin shop, but my favourite shop is the antique map shop. I absolutely, the north and east ridings of Yorkshire. That's where my folks are from all down the bottom there on the Umber. There's all. Yeah, there's a really good whole history channel that I'm kind of addicted to. The guy there, he's absolutely amazing. Oh, Somersetshire. The 1614 map by John Speed. It's 1100 quid, that is. There's got to be a copy. It's repaired. It can't be an original. Not for 1100 notes. Europe by John Speed, 1627. That's 985 quid. Look what Morocco and Algeria and Tunisia and that's called. It's Barbary. There used to be Barbary raiding parties on the Cornwall and Devon coast, you know. They used to take white slaves back to Africa with them. Probably be accused of spreading fake history again, but that's really easy checkable. So we're over the river now, not that you'd know it. There's a Baaarf rugby shop with all their kit. Sport shop next to it. I've never seen that before. That's come out of nowhere. Clubhouse. What is it? Members only? Dear. Looks terribly posh, isn't it? What's that called? Antica. So anyway, here we go. Down St John's Road. I don't know where we're going to be able to get a view, because if I go down there, I'll be crossing over, I'll be going to the other side of the bridge. I hope my contraption's keeping the wind noise out. I've made, with a couple of bits of foam and some Velcro, I've made a band that goes around the phone and covers the microphones. Cracking little pub there, the Rising Sun. I think this is Grove Street. No, yeah, it's still St John's Road, isn't it? So, no parking, site safety. Riverside. There's some gardens around them. As Alan Partridge would say. I don't think we're far enough along for Slippery Lane. No, we're not. You see where the Ovis barber shop is? You can see the gable end of one of the buildings where we went down, and it would have come out just in front where the first arch is. So I'd imagine that was blocked up. The old lane for the ferry, that was blocked up when they started building the bridge. And there's the rear of the Hilton, cubism at its worst. Quite heavy flow on the river today. Yeah, we're not going to get a decent view of that, I'm afraid. There's nowhere really to get it from. So with that, I'm gonna love you and leave you. My apologies for spreading fake history. I've no idea what that gentleman means. I hope he responds. I've had this many times with conspiracy theorists who thinks that everything in recorded history is a lie. I met one once who gave me a flash drive with some videos on. I watched 8 minutes of one of them. He gave it to me at work. So you won't find these on YouTube, he said. So the first one was a video about how the Second World War didn't happen, and that all the footage that you see of it is faked to make you believe the Second World War happened. He wasn't very old, mind, he was a telehandler driver. So I got to work the next day and he said, "Do you watch them all?" And I said, "I watched 8 minutes." And then he was like, "So what do you think?" I said, "I think you need to come with me to see my dad, to tell my dad that his father, my grandfather, wasn't killed in the Irish Sea by a German Sputnik bomb. I really, really need for you to come and tell him that. He never spoke to me again, so that's a result. Certainly a lot of land drain going up further upstream. This is quite a heavy flow. But since the sluice gate was put in the mid-70s, you just see it to the right of that boat there that goes up to Baaarf. The city centre hasn't flooded once since then. She's claimed a few lives though, as the River Avon, especially around this weir. There's a cave underneath it. Canoeist got stuck in there once, poor lass. She was history. So these guys, Pulteney Cruises Limited, they have really good guides on there, and I've done it. And they're actually very well genned up. No doubt spreading fake history. There's the sluice gate. Because of people like me back in the day, we used to walk along the bar in the middle. You had to rest your shoulder on the concrete wall. You could walk along, jump down the other side and fish from the island. So they put all these defences up. One last little thing before I leave you, and this is a garden maze from 1985. Oh. The garden was given by Cyril Beezer to the citizens of Baaarf in 1973. The pavement maze was inspired by the labyrinth theme of the 1984 Baaarf Festival. Its elliptical shape recalls the Pulteney Weir. The mosaic centre of the maze features the Gorgon or sun god Stool, cult figurehead from the temple of Sulis Minerva. Adrian's golden thread meanders through, inviting the eye to follow this inner maze. It is surrounded by 6 apses, each designed as a gaze maze, which celebrates Baaarf's Celtic and Roman heritage and cultural prestige. Not a very good maze though, is it? Pretty easy to find your way out. And with that, it's out from back at the helm. BATH. Baaarf. Catch you soon. Thanks for watching.